In 1950, the Walt Disney Company entered a brand new age of Disney movies, which kicked off with Cinderella, an absolute classic through and through, kicks off the Silver Age, and we're going to talk about it right now. Hey friends, welcome to the Disney Pastor. I'm your host Tim and I talk all things Disney, which includes Walt Disney Animation. Question of the day is this: what is your favorite song from Cinderella? Because there are some really good songs in this movie. I'm going to talk about the good, the average, and the bad of this movie, finalizing it with my rating of the movie. So let's go ahead and dive in.
Ooh, that's good.
Kicking things off with the good, one thing that makes the Silver Age really, really good is, of course, the animation. It is really just very solid throughout. There is no complaints from me with this movie. Color-wise is great. It's done very, very well. From character designs to even small details like Cinderella's dress, I think is done very, very well. And it just looks absolutely fantastic. Another thing here is the songs. Oh my goodness, the songs are fantastic. I think the highlight here is A Dream is a Wish Your Heart Makes, Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo's solid. There's a few others in here that are really good. Compared to the rest of them, and especially in the wartime era, this was lacking big time. Definitely a return to form in terms of lyrics and songs with this one. Definitely a highlight of the movie for sure. Another is the villain. This, honestly, I think really brought the Disney villains kind of standard, right? We know the evil queen, she's like the pinnacle and she's done fantastically, but everyone else after that, not so much until you get to Cinderella. I think this is where it really elevates. You take a look at the rest of the Silver Age and even some of the Bronze Age of Disney era movies, specifically with the animation. Lady Tremaine really kicks it off, and even Drizella and Anastasia are pretty decent, but Lady Tremaine is definitely one of the highlights of this movie because of how well she is. The other thing I will say in terms of villains, it's also just the characters in this movie as well, except for one, which I'll talk about in a second, but I think that's more a movie issue rather than a character issue because he does get more in sequels, but that's besides the point. We're here to talk about the original movie.
Something good, something bad, a bit of both.
When it comes to the average section of this movie, the story overall is solid. I wouldn't consider it like mind-blowing. It's cute. It does what it needs to do. That's not the issue I have with the movie in particular. I think the beginning portion of it, I would like to see a little more expanded upon. You know, talk a little bit about father and all that stuff. I mean, granted, it does set up pretty much the entire movie, which is fine. I would like to see just a little bit more, but that's just a personal thing, which one of the things I definitely enjoy about the live action movie is that they expand on the beginning, but I understand why it wasn't included, so it's just a personal thought there.
I have a really bad feeling about this.
Last but certainly not least, the bad, and that is the prince. I like the prince, I think. What I like about the other two sequels that come later, the direct-to-DVD ones, is you get more characterization. There is no characterization of him at all in this movie. I don't even recall he even speaks. He doesn't utter a word. He just stands there. He's kind of like, just, hello, I'm here. Don't mind me. I'm not important to the story at all. No, not at all. That's how it's like received in my book. But yet he is a very important character to the story. Like without him, Cinderella has no ball. And she doesn't dance with him. And she doesn't live happily ever after. So he's a very vital and important character that we don't see any of, right? I mean, they gave him a basic name, which is Prince Charming, okay? It's pretty basic. It's not to say it's terrible, but it is pretty plain Jane, there's nothing there. And so it's a little frustrating. At the end of the day, there's nothing here for him, which the prince is kind of given the silent treatment. Like the king literally talks for him in this movie, and it just feels weird. Overall, this is a absolute classic. I mean, when you think Disney movies, I think this is one of the ones that comes to people's minds first. there's just something about it that's magical. I guess there's no real way to other than that to put it. It has great songs, a solid story, great characters, great moments, and it's just fun. It's fun for the whole family, and it's enjoyable. It helps, I think, to really plant Disney back to where he wanted it to be before the war. And so this helps to really shape the trajectory. I mean, the next several movies we're going to be reviewing, Alice in Wonderland, Peter Pan, Sleeping Beauty, like these are all absolute classics. And that all starts with, this movie here. It all starts with Cinderella. And so it's a fun, enjoyable time. I really enjoy it every time I watch it. There's kind of a little bit of nostalgia for me with it, which is nice. And so overall, I give it an 8.1 out of 10 with a B. I think it's fun. I think it's enjoyable. It's one of those that I don't go back to often, but every time I do, it puts a smile on my face. It's just fun. An absolute classic of a Disney movie. Let me know your thoughts on Cinderella down in the comments below. Don't forget the question of the day, which is, what is your favorite song from this movie? Mine is A Dream is a Wish Your Heart Makes. That's probably my favorite. I don't know why I got tongue-tied with that, but here we are. Anyways, thank you again so much for watching. I truly appreciate that you would take a little bit of time out of your day to spend time with me. I truly, truly, truly appreciate it very, very much. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a big thumbs up. Helps me know what you like and what you don't like. And if you are new around here, a very special welcome to you. I am so glad you're here. Be sure to subscribe down below and hit the bell to be notified for more videos just like that. Like this. I will see you all in the next one. Have a magical day. I've not done that in a while. Goodbye.